I know I'm a little tardy to this party in regards to the story, but I felt like I had to talk about it because it was just so egregious and just flat out wrong. This story is also a story that perfectly illustrates that even though we love to say that there are some badass kids in this world, which is true, the reality of it is that those badass kids were raised by badass parents. And that's exactly what we have here today. Now, a few weeks ago, two women by the name of Alessia Parker and Jamecia Godchaux, who are based out of Louisiana, were arrested after they attacked a school principal because she was simply trying to protect her kids from getting hit at an elementary school basketball game. Take a look.
Sometimes emotions can get the best of us, but this is going way too far.
Yeah, two adults are in jail tonight after police say a parent punched a school principal this week in Plaquemine. It was all captured on school surveillance cameras as our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, obtained the video of that assault. You see it here.
We're told the principal made a comment to the parent about the woman's children after they kept walking onto the basketball court during a game. Police say the mom was not having it. What happened next sent the principal to the hospital with a busted lip and a head injury.
If pictures are worth 1,000 words, then what surveillance video records is invaluable. Tonight, this video of a principal getting slapped to the ground is turning heads in the city of Plaquemine. On Monday, the principal at Iberville Elementary was watching a basketball game when police say she noticed young children walking onto the court while the game was being played. You can see the principal getting up so the little kids didn't get hurt. At least 2 times she pulls the kids back while the game is in play. At some point, Plaquemine Police Chief Stephen Angolio says words were exchanged, and the mom was having none of it.
And I just feel like I know exactly what those words were. I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts that this principal told this mother, hey, listen, would you please look after your kids? They keep running on the court and, I had to get them off the court twice. I'm a little scared that something's going to happen to them. I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want to see that happen. Could you please look after your kids? I guarantee that's what she ultimately, in so many words, said to this woman. This chick didn't want to hear all that. And she got offended that somebody dare question her immaculate parenting skills. And she got all upset and caused a big scene. And this was the result.
Principal sitting in a chair, the lady's walking by with 3 kids in tow and one of her friends. And the principal asked her, they keep your kids off the basketball court, disrupts the whole game. She obviously took offense with that, and you see her move in on the teacher puts her hand up to kind of keep her off, and she just punched her, knocked her out of the chair.
Surveillance footage in the school's gym obtained by the WAFBI team shows the parent hit the principal. She's knocked to the ground.
This wasn't excitement from the competition, you made a bad call on my child or anything. This is a woman that was there with kids that was disrupting everything. I don't even think she had a child in the game at all. And she wasn't watching her kids, and when somebody told her you need to, she didn't like it.
You know what's crazy? The fact that Alessia's shirt said no negative energy is crazy. I didn't even really peep that, but I guess she really meant that. But in all seriousness, this was handled in the most absolute worst possible way that any parent could have handled this type of situation. You are at an elementary school basketball game with little kids all around you. You brought 2 little kids with you yourself. And, the guy in the video, the police chief, even said that it didn't look like she had a kid at the game. She was just there to be there. Now, I don't know, for that part to be true. She may have had a kid playing in the game, maybe a nephew or something like that. Who knows? But the point is, as a grown ass woman, what on earth would possess you to act this way over someone who was actually trying to protect your kids? And they say to you, hey, you might want to watch your damn kids before they get hurt. Now, I could see if she was mistreating those kids, screaming at them, hitting them, flinging them all over the court like rag dolls. I could understand that. But she literally just moved them off the court just a little bit so they didn't get hurt. Because I'm going to tell you something else. Let one of those kids get hurt by being on the court and they get, stepped on, or the ball hits them in the face, or, whatever, right? And they get seriously hurt. I guarantee you, mommy dearest over here would have a fit and go crazy talking about why nobody stepped in to save her kid. Ma'am, you are their mother. How about you watch them? Where were you this entire time? I mean, she said she had to get him off the court like twice. I mean, that must be one long ass hot dog line at the elementary school. Like, unless you were going to the bathroom or something, like that's the only reason I can think of in my noodle brain here that would, say, hey, maybe, okay, I can understand why you would run out for a second and leave the kids with somebody. But also, here's my thing. Why didn't you have Jamecia watch them? I mean, she was there with you because she definitely got arrested right along with you. I saw her pop in the video. She was ready to ride out at dawn over this foolishness. How come she wasn't watching the damn kids? I mean, she was looking right at them.
A deputy on scene quickly tried to break it up. Tonight, Alessia Parker, the mom seen hitting the principal, is facing felony charges: battery on a school teacher, resisting officers, and disturbing the peace. Another woman who also got involved is also facing charges. Jamecia Godchaux charged with assault on a school teacher, disturbing the peace, battery of a school teacher, and threatening a public official.
Her cohort was kind of egging it on and made some threats and was cussing people out too.
After the principal was knocked to the ground, you can see she grabs a napkin to wipe her face. Police say she had a busted lip and a head injury.
She was taken to the hospital. Her CAT scans and stuff like that had to be done. And she's okay now, but it was a pretty brutal attack.
With Parker and Godchaux now facing felony charges over the melee, law enforcement in Iberville Parish says this behavior won't be tolerated, especially at a child's basketball game.
Yeah, man, and it shouldn't. Now listen, I'll admit, I'll admit, I'm gonna tell on myself for a little bit. I'll admit that there have been times at basketball games where I've gotten a little rowdy, right? I grew up playing basketball, football, I played sports. Listen, I've gotten a little rowdy, a little heated, a little beside myself, but never once did anything like this happen. The fact of the matter is, you were dead ass wrong, Alessia. Straight up. You are at a kid's basketball game. Why are you not watching your kids? You off doing God knows what, and you mad because somebody is looking after the kids that you're very clearly neglecting. This is why nobody wants to be an educator anymore. This is the principal of the school that's got to deal with this shit. Lady, get your damn kids off the court before they get hurt. Now, there are some brain dead people in the comment sections across social media, from what I've seen, that are congratulating the mother and praising her for what she did to this principal. And, to that, all I have to say is, whatever laced weed that y'all are smoking, keep me as far away from that shit as possible, because that is some outrageous thinking right there. How can you look at this video and think anything other than the mother being completely in the wrong in this situation? If you look at the video, you can clearly see that this mother, Alessia, invaded this woman's space and then slapped the shit out of that principal. This is a prime example of why I hate people who don't watch their kids, but also don't want nobody to say shit to them. She was mad that the principal put her hand up to protect herself from herself. But it doesn't matter who touched who. Y'all need to learn to watch y'all damn kids. Point blank, man. Like, that's your problem. Because if she was watching them kids, none of this would have happened. None of it. Alessia was in that principal's face, and the principal pushed her out of it. Some of you, I swear, some of you on social media really have to stop defending bullshit behavior. You just have to. Because you honestly are telling on yourself. Because if you're defending this kind of stuff, that just lets everybody know out the gate that you condone it and that you would do something like that. And that people should stay as far away from you as possible. That's why you need to shut the hell up sometimes.
You get in a fight at a public event, you're going to jail. Nobody wants to come out and go to 4th of July's and Mardi Gras parades and ball games and see that. And I don't blame them. Before it was like escort them out, write them a summons or whatever. You get in a fight, start any kind of fistic ruckus at a public event in Plaquemine, you're going to jail.
Workers being held on a $100,000 bond. We're told Godchaux had bench warrants for other issues too. The Iberville Parish Superintendent told me today this behavior will not be tolerated, and the two individuals mentioned in this report have been banned from all Iberville Parish schools.
Good. Very, very good, because they clearly don't know how to act in public. How is it that the kids have better sense than the adults sometimes? This is just embarrassing on her part. I mean, both of them, really. All this principal was trying to do was protect those kids and let the mother know about it. And instead of her just saying, hey, thanks for looking after them, I'm sorry about all this, I'll watch them better, she decided that her pride was more important and decided to lay hands on the principal because her feelings were hurt. Just an absolute shame. Now, Alessia, along with her partner in crime, Jamecia, were arrested and charged. Alessia was charged with battery of a school teacher, resisting officers, and disturbing the peace. She was held on like $100,000 bond, while Jamecia faced similar charges and also had other warrants out for her arrest, as well as an $11,000 bond. But just an awful showcase of parenting. And I just had to talk about it because there was absolutely no reason for that to happen. Like I said, I know I'm a little late to the party with this, but you know, I just had to at least give my perspective on it. But if you made it this far in the video, don't forget to smack a like on the video, and also don't forget to subscribe for the one time. Peace. The ghetto is a crazy place.